Hello and welcome back to our tutorial series. In our last video, we have seen how to add, a form, and inside form we have add form fields, and we have also added validations to it, and we have also added listeners, and on ng on init event, it will reset our form with some default value into the form. Then only, our form fields will be readable. Otherwise, we will get an error as fields are undefined. Okay, so in this video we are going to consume a post method, and for that we need to add one add button inside this form, and then using that add button we are going to save our data into the database. Let's begin. So let's go back to our code, and we already have seen that we have a form. Then now we need to add the button inside here. Okay, just before form closing, what we want to do is we want to add one button. So I have added one button. It has a value type as submit, and it we are assigning the color as primary, and we are saying that if form is visible invalid, and we are saying just add the department. Okay, let us just control A and format it properly, format document. Okay, so this is what uh, we have done inside our button. So if we can just see it clearly, that we have kept some value which is add department, and let us see how does it look like into our page. Go back here, click on departments, click on add department, and here until you put a value inside the text, this button is going to be disabled. That's what we have said there. And if you just add something, then here you are going to get add. We have not added any functionality to this button yet, so that is the next thing we are going to do. So go back to our code, and then here we need to go to our department service, and here we have to write one method, which is going to consume the post request. So here we'll say add department, and inside department we'll write the code, and we are expecting a department as an input. So dep comma department, sorry, yes, just department. And here what we have to do is we have to return the service. So return http this dot http tp dot post, because we are going to make a post request. Inside the post, we are going to say this dot API URL, the URL which we have assigned in the beginning, and then what we are going to say is our department slash department, and we are just going to assign the dep parameter here. So what we are doing is the same way that we used to do when we were using Postman. Upon post request, we are going to call this our localhost 4430 slash API slash department, and we are sending our department object, and we are expecting that this should get saved inside our database. Okay. And since this is the thing add department we are consuming here, so we have to go to our app.component.ts, and here at the moment we are simply logging it into the console. So now on submit of our form, we want this logic to be executed, so we will use our service. Okay, and from the service we are going to use add department method, and here we are going to send value form dot value, and just be careful when you're writing this form dot value. And what we are expecting is that a response. So we are saying subscribe. So whenever you want to uh, get a response, we just add this thing, semicolon, and inside subscribe, here we are going to receive a response. And what would be the response that we are going to just show? This dot res, uh, sorry, this dot rest form, reset form, and here we have to just pass our form. And what we'll do here is, again, I'm making a mistake here. So form. And what we are going to do here is, so why we are calling the reset form? Just to make sure that we are, completing, we are just erasing the existing values from the forms. And then what we are doing next is we are just saying an alert of our response. So remember when we were calling our REST API, in that we were getting response as added successfully, right? In the same way we are expecting. So we are just passing an alert here, and we are hoping that this is going to run properly. Okay, let's go and see if it is showing that. If I go here, click on departments, if I say add department, let's say if I say new department test. Okay, this is what I want to add as a new department. And if I say add department, so here I'm getting an alert that added successfully. How to verify that? Let us just open our SQL Server, and let's see whether we have got that response into the database. And as well as meanwhile we'll check the same response into our screen. So if I just click OK, and uh, let me just go back here and close this button. So you see, we are expecting the department should display here. If I just refresh it and click on department, so now here I'm getting that value. In a meanwhile, we'll see how we can, get the values when we add it instantly in our app. In here we can see that okay, the record is added. Let's just cross verify into our database as well. So let's connect here, and don't want anything here. So I'll go to database. I'll go to employee DB, new query, and I'll say select star from departments, right? So dbo.departments. Okay. And if I just run this query, so here also I have got that a new record added. So we have successfully uh, used the post request, and we have consumed the service on submit button inside our app component.ts file. And in department.service file, we have added this method, and we are making making use of that method inside our app dep component.ts file inside our on submit method. uh, and one more thing which we want to do is, when we are, let's say I'm adding one more test to dept, and if I say add and upon OK and close this, the grid is not getting refreshed. So I want to refresh the grid. So how to refresh that? We'll see that in our next video. Until then, please do take care of yourself. Keep visiting our channel, keep visiting our videos. Hope you will learn something out of it. And until then, take care. Goodbye. We'll see you in our next video.